It's Nolan. I got the feeling the fear. My city is crabs in the barrel. I learned to get back through the signs of the trials and the errors. Computer my life with the errors. I step like the Greek with no guidance, replying in the errors. You niggas are not in my era. I was on that like Cronets. Puss that nigga get pressed like Kotex. I'm a black star with my squad like Most Def. Reign supreme, my face card like Maybelline. My dog used to push white like saving cream. These little niggas from the land of the Maybelline. You like to dance, have fun, try to shake the bean. God is my witness, they know that I'm flawed, but I got not folding than y'all. Set up the stage and I kill it, I'm going to war. Nobody can fuck with these bars. Roam through the land like seas, I'm drawing out a plan like Egypt, sowing my seed. Better y'all grow in season, I be going hard, no reason, say la vie. One life, I got land to seize. Niggas might think I'm a Pharisee, this is my therapy. I do not care to please, catch them out of Linux, homie, don't wanna square with me, whoa. Better teach your man how to squabble. Rap money, but to fly me out of Cabo. Dedicated 1/4 to the game, boy, I got a shit bucket like a nigga hit the lotto. Backstage, pulling plays on the phone, baby girl trying to hit me with a slot like Nevada. Let me introduce you to my new model. Finna push these niggas off me like, push these niggas on me like, push these niggas on me like, What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. That intro y'all just saw was my Silent Hill freestyle. I did that a while back, around the time Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers came out. Some of these artists that I talk about on my channel, I'm going to just start dropping freestyles over their beats and use them as intros to the videos where we're talking about them just to have fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a lot of support. I see y'all in the intro to that other video with the Not Like Us, broccoli freestyle or whatever. I see y'all. I greatly appreciate y'all. Before I get started, I do want to give a couple of shout outs. So let me make sure I go ahead and open this up. Big shout out to Coral Reef for the super thanks. I greatly appreciate you. Shout out to all the insiders. Shout out to all of the, those of y'all that have been joining the membership. And let me just pull up my email real quick before we get started, because I do believe somebody else reached out via Cash App the other day. And I want to make sure everybody that contributes to the channel and contributes to my overall well-being in producing this content gets their just due. You know what I'm saying? So just give me a second and I'll get this pulled up and then we will resume with the show. Big shout out to Aaron for the Cash App. And you said K-Dot's knock pointed to Nardwuar and Drake 2010. So you were trying to send me a message. All right. So you're saying that the the knock at the beginning of the Not Like Us video, not only is that a reference from what was that dance? I done forgot the name of the damn dance. The cakewalk dance. You're also saying that was a reference to Nardwuar's signature sound. Telling people to go back and watch that video where Nardwuar literally went and what was he asking him about the Drake? He was asking Drake about I don't think that was 2010 though. He was asking Drake whether or not he was still kissing his fans on the road, and he said it was the glory days and all of that stuff. And then we find out that a lot of those women on that tour that he was kissing those fans, a lot of them were 17. I'm guessing that's what you're alluding to, but I don't believe the interview in which he was asked that was 2010. I think it was a little later than that. But I appreciate the contribution to the channel and I appreciate your support. Okay, now let's get into today's subject, where we're going to talk about Mr. Ab-Soul from the TDE camp. Amazing lyricist, dope artist in his own right. His last album went overlooked for the most part. I think he deserved a lot more credit for that last album. It was probably, to me, I personally feel like it was the best project of his career. Me, personally. Herbert, that shit was fire. It was focused. It wasn't overly weird. It wasn't all that space boy rap shit. It was just good music. So, hey, I got 13,000. What the fuck? We got 13,000, baby. I ain't even shouted that out yet. Hold on, swallow. We gonna have to. It's a party, baby. Ooh, hey. 13,000. A nigga just hit 13,000. A nigga just hit that 13,000. Well, I say what the 13,000. We on the way to 15,000. Keep sharing till we hit 15,000. Hey, they say bullshit. I greatly appreciate y'all, everybody that's subscribing to the channel, supporting the channel, coming through, watching the videos. That motherfucking Hulk Hogan video is going crazy. We just hit 25,000, man. It's crazy. You know what's wild? When I premiered it, I had 36 of y'all insiders that watched it, and that motherfucker is now at 25K going wild. Woo! All pun intended on that woo shit too, goddamn. Damn! Shout out to that, man. Fuck Hulk Hogan though. But anyway, getting back to Ab-Soul, he had some things. He weighed in on Kendrick Lamar and Drake's battle. Okay. So first he goes on Twitter and he quotes 616 in LA, which is clearly Ab-Soul's favorite out of all the diss records that Kendrick put out on Drake. Y'all saw that Kendrick made sure to bring him out at the pop out at that very moment when he was getting ready to perform that, and he put his hand on Ab-Soul's shoulder. So there's definitely some Jedi connection there with that particular record. Hell, it almost felt like he wrote that one in Ab-Soul's honor. Like, I'm gonna take this nigga down in every style. Euphoria is like the current style. 616 in LA is like the lyrical bar for bar, deep double entendre, triple entendre shit, right? Meet the Grrrls is like the sinister, pull you up and put the truth in front of you, hold you up to the mirror. And Not Like Us is the party record. I mean, that's a different style every time. But going back to this, Ab-Soul, quoted him. He said, God, my confession is yours, but who am I if I don't go to war? There's opportunity when living with loss. I discover myself when I fall short. That was the quote. He comes back and says, this was not a rap battle. It was scripture. That's Ab-Soul's opinion. I'm not taking it that far to talk about scripture, but again, they connect on a deeper level. So this is probably conversations that they've had or just what he deduced from the situation because he knows him very well. He follows up and says, we all need to look in the mirror. You see, I was just talking about it, holding you up to the mirror. You know what I mean? Furthermore, Ab-Soul comes back and he says, intelligent movement. Now, y'all see, I just was talking about the origin of hip hop and the name hip hop, intelligent movement. I said that shit before Ab-Soul even came out and put this out there. The wave of consciousness is moving. Now, whether or not we're going to see more artists getting the platform, that's the thing that I am worried about with hip hop. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I am curious and I'm worried that after, whenever Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole decide to hang it up, or, they're getting up there in age, they will soon be the elder statesmen of hip hop. Who is coming after that actually understands the origins of this genre of music? Who actually understands, that this is not just, as much as we love to turn up, party, you know what I'm saying? As much as the ladies and everyone like to dance, shake ass, you know what I mean? Who is coming up after these artists that can fulfill that bracket of hip hop? You know what I'm saying? Some people would say, J Nolan, you got to be there. Well, I need a lot more support. You know what I'm saying? And that's not me complaining. That's just acknowledging the truth. If I'm to ever get in the conversation, I need a lot more people to show up. Right? But who else? You know what I'm saying? We got JID, we got Jid, who's an amazing lyricist. He's done numbers, he does tours, he does everything, but the spotlight just isn't on him, right? And there's so many others that I like. I love Saba. I think he's probably one of leaps and bounds ahead of so many people, right? He doesn't get the spotlight. So who can fulfill that spot where you get the mainstream love and you're still able to serve hip hop purists? I don't see anyone coming, but let's keep moving. Ab-Soul says, if Drake is the MC, I imagine he can be. Redemption is not off the table. So he says, if he's the MC that I imagine him to be, or that he can be, basically saying he does have talent, he does have skill, he does have an understanding of the history of hip hop, but does he want to put it to use? Is he willing to apply himself? If he decides to do so, redemption is not off the table for him. That's what he says. He comes back and says, keyword MC, which is leaning into the exact point that I was just talking about a few minutes ago, having the full understanding of what this hip hop shit is, the language, the fucking the oratory element of it. It's not just getting on a mic and saying whatever the fuck comes to mind. There is a responsibility to it if you so choose to lean into it. And I think that's what Ab-Soul is saying. If he chooses to lean into the MC portion of his brain, then he can come back from the slaughter we've witnessed. Furthermore, Ab-Soul continues. He says, but before my rant gets out of context, he could never fuck with the gang them on some rap shit. That was never a question. So he says, no matter how much redemption, no matter how much I'm holding out to think that he could redeem himself in some way as an MC, he still was never going to measure up to Kendrick. That was never a question. But there is still something out there for him, right? He says, we could still potentially, quote unquote, match artistry, removing my obvious personal educated bias. So he says, if I take my personal educated bias out, of course, like I said, knowing Kendrick Lamar for many years, friends, studio sessions, collaborations, tours, seeing him firsthand, witnessing everything. He says, okay, we could potentially match artistry, right? Which MCing and artistry, music, they go hand in hand, but they're not necessarily the same, right? It's like battle rappers that have the craziest bars you'll ever hear, but when you put them in a studio, they sound like fucking Oscar the Grouch on the mic. It's like you don't have no artistry to your vocal delivery. You don't understand how to make music, but you know how to put bars together and scream on a mic. But he says if you put them together and just match the artistry, you could, right? But then everybody's personal bias is going to kick in on, I like to hear the hits versus I like to hear deep albums with meaning. Those two crowds are always going to clash either way it goes, right? He says if this is taken as an antic of any sort and not, I don't know what ISM means. He says, well, get off if you mad then, dead homies. So he's not moving his pivot. He's standing very firm in what he said. He goes off. He says, God bless TDE. And his parting words are, P.S. where the true artist at? If it ain't a good picture you draw, don't bring it to the architect. Okay? So those are words from Ab-Soul. We haven't seen too many TDE artists come out and actually speak on the battle. We don't know we know where they stand, but we don't know their personal thoughts, right? It's clear they know they boy came to eat. That's obvious. The industry, the fans, everybody knows that. I mean, Kendrick even got fucking billboards circulating around the country now talking about us. You know what I'm saying? Whoa. From the pop out. But further than that, we got to talk about, well, number one, we're going to get into Jason Martin talking about the Not Like Us video. Jason Martin, a.k.a. Problem. Very dope artist. I've been bumping Like What since it first came out. When him and Bad Luck first came on the scene, I fucked with them heavy. I've always been tuned into West Coast. I ain't gonna say like I'm the hugest West Coast fan as of late, but when everybody was coming up, getting their spots, when it was Kendrick, when it was the whole TDE, when it was Nip, when it was Problem, YG was coming with his shit, like when that whole era was ushering in, Dom Kennedy also. I'm even a fan of Tehran and Ayo Mari. I'm a fan of Pac Div. um goddamn you and I, right? I got songs with thirds from you and I. Like, that's how clued in I am. I got songs with thirds. So I've always respected what these guys have been about, what they've been on the whole nine. So to see these people still around, to see Problem still in the circle, you know, he says him and Kendrick grew up together. I didn't know that they were I didn't know they were so close. But he's talking about the Not Like Us video shoot and just the overall the pendulum swing that's going on in Compton and going on in LA right now. A lot of people are putting beefs to rest on the heels of Kendrick uniting all of these different sections. So he's coming out and saying, you know, people may believe that the beef and all of this shit is just gonna go back to normal, but surprisingly so, a lot of shit has died down. At least now, people that had real long-standing beefs are putting shit to the side, having man-to-man conversations, and he's attesting all of this, attributing all of this to Kendrick. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up though. Give me a second.
I know this doesn't sound really like hip hop and street, but it looked heartwarming to me. Did it feel that way for Kendrick, for you guys just being out there?
For me and him, I know, for him especially and myself, like that neighborhood birthed us and raised us. We're from over there, Central and Rosecrans, Central and El Segundo. So to be out there with all our people that watched us grow up, for him to get the love and admiration that he deserves for what he's doing, it was almost biblical. I have never felt that safe in my own community ever. And then to go to the Compton courthouse and to be at the top with every representation of street culture there at one time, and to never feel any tension is a new reality for us. We've been talking about it every day. For those that's not from here, they won't get it. Safety was a thing we always had to worry about. And from each corner, every corner, there was some different type of mischief going on. And to be able to walk around our city like that, knowing that nothing was going to happen, is definitely, I hope it continues. I know it will.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that, Jason. Is there a hope that this is, this could be like a jumping off point and like real change now going forward in the city?
I mean, it feels like it just from talking to some brothers from different other areas. There's been 3 to 4 different arenas of people that have truced up, that have been worn for a long time. I think people like how it feels. I can't say enough about Kendrick, man. I pray that it keeps going. He said in the line, if Pyros and Crips all got along, they're probably gonna be down by the end of the song. But that end is now changed. He got them to get along for longer than a week. It's hands down. He's the king of hip hop. Period. There's no one bigger than Kendrick Lamar right now. There's nobody bigger than him. And for him to take his biggest moment and decide to hand all of us the baton to be a part of it just shows you what real kings are supposed to do.
I did see someone there that didn't make a lot of sense. I don't know if you saw the podcaster Bobby Altoff was out there. Were you surprised? Did you see her out there?
I think she was there the day before shooting some stuff at Enterprise Park. I think it makes all the sense in the world. Why can't white people come to Compton and have a good time and see what's going on?
That's what I'm saying, Jason.
I think everybody should be able to come to the city and come see what's going on, man. We the new Hollywood. Come check it out. Come.
Jason, amen.
You good?
Amen.
She had a great time too. She felt at home. I feel like all races, all walks of life should be able to come to our city and have a good time.
Now let's be clear. Bobby Altoff had tour guides. She had YG and like real niggas from Compton that was like ushering her through the environment. Let's not just act like she just touched down out there and started walking around roaming like a motherfucking, you know what I mean? Let's not act like that. But I will say, they had her out there. I'm glad she didn't actually appear in the music video. It seems that she was actually out there the day before Kendrick and them pulled up. So really, she was doing some work out there with YG. We'll see what that ends up becoming, because she was not there for the Not Like Us video, which did get misconstrued. We talked about that on the channel, and now we see that wasn't the same thing. It just happened to be the energy coming off of the pop out and being in the same areas. But speaking of Bobby Altoff, it's actually been revealed that she had to be carried out of a bar last night in Nashville, Tennessee by an NFL player, no less. Let me pull this up. They say TMZ caught a drunk Bobby Altoff being carried out of Nashville bar by NFL player Sean Murphy Bunting. I don't know what Bobby has going on, but before she was dragged out, or carried out, I should say, out of this bar, she was out there hanging out with some more niggas. I don't know what she's got going on right now where she feels she needs to associate herself with black men and black folks. Not to say she can't have no black friends or nothing like that. I would never say that about nobody. I mean, hey, you gravitate to who shows love to you and vice versa. Cool shit. I grew up with white friends. But I do find it interesting that she was like below the radar. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on with her. She kind of fell off the scene, and next thing you know, she pop out, and now she's spending all the time with the street niggas, so-called. You know what I'm saying? She was seen with what's homie name? Ben the Don, I think his name is. He hangs out. I think he's part of Desi Banks' team, and they were hanging out in Nashville. Whatever they had going on, he left her ass behind, and she had to be carried out by this NFL player. I don't know if she's dating this NFL player or if he was just, you know, in a helping mood. But we'll go ahead and pull that up as well, and then we're gonna get back to Kendrick.
Let go. Okay, goddamn.
Hey man, when my boy took her to the side of the building, I just knew she was gonna wake up in a garbage can full of goddamn white bread like in Malibu Most Wanted. Don't be hating. Oh my Lord. I hope Bobby Altoff is safe. I hope everything is good. I hope you've come down. I hope you got your electrolytes and everything back in your system. You know what I'm saying? You in Nashville, gonna get you some Waffle House or something, you know what I mean? Or whatever the fuck y'all do out there. Maybe y'all got the Huddle House. But yeah, hopefully you can figure it out. Okay? Hanging out with the Negrochis. Yeah, they gonna get you lit for sure. I'm glad somebody helped you out though. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I got on that. Let's get back to Kendrick. Okay. So apparently, on the heels of doing the Not Like Us video, they did the scene with Mustard and stormed the barge at Tams, the burger spot. Yep. Tams is now turned up. Kendrick Lamar, highlighting his hometown burger joint in his Not Like Us video, is paying big dividends, as the folks at Tams Burger say they're stacking bread and cheese just like they signature dish. Okay? Tams manager Laurel Hernandez and his son Brian No tell TMZ Hip Hop customers have been flooding their Rosecrans Ave location in Compton all week after K-Dot released the Smash music vid on July 4th. They say many fans who came in told them Not Like Us was the reason for their visit. And while they still have steady support from locals, Laurel and Brian say they're picking up lots of tourist business. As a matter of fact, it is now booming somewhere to the margin of 30 to 40% since the video has dropped. So Kendrick name dropping New Ho King in Toronto turned them up. They got a motherfucking Kendrick Lamar dish. Now, Kendrick included his hometown burger spot in the music video. Now they sales is going up 30 to 40% on some Keith Lee shit. Oh my goodness. Let me find out him and Keith Lee finna be in the next music video. In the video, Kendrick and producer Mustard pull up to Tams in a Lambo and post up on the inside with dancers storm the barge during the song's second verse. As stated before, the burger look kind of good on this picture too. Shit, let me... Loro says people have been largely ordering the bacon cheeseburger, which is Kendrick's order of choice. He says he's known Kendrick since he was a teenager, having been grounded in the community for the past 20 years, and he finds it amazing that the superstar rapper comes back and never forgets his roots. Of course, we know Kendrick also shouted out Tams on the Damn album on Element. I be hanging out at Tams. I be on Stockton. I don't do it for the gram. I do it for content. We talked about that the other day. So this shit is really, keeping them out there, keeping business in rotation. And they say that they appreciate all of the shout outs that he's given them over the years, even most recently in the Mr. Morale and Big Steppers album. And Loro says he happily shut down for the day when him and Dave Free came to film those scenes. Now, they said that they did not charge Kendrick Lamar any money. Now, that's love. They didn't charge him any money to use the restaurant in the video. However, Kendrick did want to make sure that they got something out of their time for closing down, so they agreed that the Tams logo would be featured in the final cut as it was. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull that up. I mean, everybody's seen the Not Like Us video by now, but, just for, what I mean? Kendrick and Mustard having the fries, doing a little dancey dance. Then you see the Tams logo. That was negotiated because they did it free of charge. So they said, shit, we gonna promote the fuck out y'all then. Shit, let's do it. Okay. They say that looks like it's clearly paying off based on the sales boost at Tams, which adds up when you see the music video has already reached over 35 million views. That's a ton of free advertising. Okay. So, I mean, shit get a little different when this man come outside, man. When a man come outside, shit get different. Niggas start tightening up. Niggas start straightening up their posture. Niggas don't want to beef no more when he come outside. Come reunite in the city. Got tourism actually coming into Compton. Who did that? Whoever would have thought you would see that? I'm still skeptical about going out that motherfucking trying a burger. I'm thinking about how the hell I could get it shipped to me safely. Hell, I don't even want to. I fuck around, go to LA. I'll be scared to do the Uber Eats. I don't want to get the goddamn driver hurt. But y'all saying it's safe? Okay. I'm taking y'all word. I'm going to fuck around one day. Not 2 days, but 1 day. Oh, man. Anything else? I guess we'll just keep the news in Compton and speak about the game briefly. There's a couple stories about game we'll address here while we're on Compton news and Kendrick news. You know what I'm saying? We know that there's been a little bit of tension between Kendrick's camp and Game. You know, they said he better not say nothing or we'll beat this nigga up like Tommy Hearns and Martin Lawrence. You know what I mean? So, number one, we've got the Game at risk of losing his home as his SA accuser is seeking a $7 million judgment. Okay? So the article states the Game is on the verge of losing his property as part of a $7.1 million judgment against him in a 2016 case for SA. According to court documents, Ms. Priscilla Rainey has served the Compton rapper as she seeks to seize his residence in Calabasas, California to cover the aforementioned amount. That's the house he actually lives in. Damn. Additionally, she has accused him of transferring the home's deed to his manager, WAC 100, in an attempt to block the move. She first filed her case in August of 2015, seeking $10 million after she claimed the LA native SA'd her during what she thought was a required after-hours date for his VH1 reality show, She Got Game. Oddly enough, sadly enough, I actually had a fucking song that played on that series, and boy, that didn't age well. She alleged that the Hate It or Love It hitmaker got drunk and high, following which he forced his hand inside her dress to rub her bare vaginal area and hind parts. The Game has denied these claims and has always maintained that he's innocent. A motion for a new trial was thrown out in September of 2018, after which Rainey threatened to come after the Game's royalties. In 2019, a judge granted a motion that allowed her to collect the rapper's music royalties until that $7.1 million post-judgment interest was paid off in full. Last year, however, she claimed that she had only accrued about $383,000 from his royalties. Game's not really... He was popular at one point, but people aren't really playing Game all that much. I think that was actually a generous amount. I mean, it's not what you were going for, but based on his career turnout, you got damn near 400,000 out of him already off of royalties. Shit. But, that doesn't make up for what the nigga did. I'm going to be clear about that. According to court documents from early 2023, she subsequently shifted her focus to his label, UMG, in order to get the rest of her money. They say Rainey respectfully requests that a post-judgment writ of garnishment be issued commanding Universal Music, MBGNA LLC, the garnishee named above, to answer the writ of garnishment according to law, along with such other and further relief as this court deems just and proper. The Game has been defiant over the matter from the very beginning, vowing to not give her a single penny. But she's got $383,000 up out of you. He said, "Don't be fooled by these accusations of the dollar amount in the headlines, because I put that on my favorite auntie's poodle. This broad ain't getting ish. Every girl on that show will tell you I never touched this chick or ever desired to be anywhere near her. She got kicked off the show, and as a result, she filed this lame lawsuit, which was probably her intentions before the show was ever even started. She was begging for my attention the entire time we shot, and she was given the ultimate Major League Baseball curveball, so that upset her and made her little wee-wee hard, so she did what all chicks like her do when life gives them no other options. They sue you." That is a direct quote from Game about the situation back in 2016. The tables have, however, turned, and the Game does not seem like a fun one for him right now. Okay? So, there's that part on him. Then there's the other part with the Aunties podcast. We're not going to talk about this too much, but he just made an appearance on the Aunties podcast on Zeus Network, which also included Tokyo Toni, which is Black China's mother, Tia Kemp, Rick Ross's baby mother, and Miss Carlisa, I believe her name is, Blueface's mom. I don't know what's up with these older ladies that want to be celebrities in their old age, you know what I'm saying, based on who they're associated with, their kids for two of them and baby father for another. But they're doing a ratchet-ass podcast in which Miss Tokyo Toni has opened up her legs and showed the fat rabbit to Game. They were up there flirting with her. Miss Tia Kemp jumped on Game's lap and gave him a lap dance in the midst of him having issues with Rick Ross. Oh my God. She didn't even do that with 50 Cent when she had her issues earlier. Right? She gave him some info. He took her shopping. She ain't jump on a nigga lap on camera. That's foul. Aunties, I know y'all are hurt. Y'all are single. Y'all trying to figure it out. I know a lot of people are entertained by the shit, but that ain't the way, man. That ain't the way. Nonetheless, they're going viral. Game is enjoying it because he's getting positive press outside of this other story that's going on. So I guess that's something positive for him. But wow. I don't know if Rick Ross has spoken on this yet. Let me see. From what I see, I don't see any word from Rick Ross about the situation, but I'm sure calls are being made behind the scenes. They've been in communication, and the communication ain't always been that smooth, but they've been in communication. So we'll see how things play out. But as of now, that's what I've got for y'all in this video. Be sure to like and share it. Shout out to all 13,000 of y'all that are subscribed to the J Nolan channel, Inside the Industry. My insiders, what it do. I greatly appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? All the love and respect, all the viewership, the contributions, everything. Like I said before, man, it does not go unnoticed. It does not go unappreciated. I'm here to entertain y'all, and I fuck with y'all, man. So I'm gonna catch y'all later on the next one. Much love and respect. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming, I swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mile. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but you raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.